All right, let's dive into a mystery that connects some of our oldest stories with incredible modern discoveries. It all really starts with one big question. What secrets are hiding just beneath the surface of our oceans?
I know, it sounds like something straight out of a movie, right? But what if it's not? As we're about to see, there are some pretty compelling reasons to think there might be some truth to it.
So here's the thing. In the last few decades, with all this new technology we have, scientists and explorers have started finding things on the ocean floor that, well, they're hard to explain. We're talking about mysterious, ancient-looking walls, structures that look deliberate and very, very old.
And it goes even deeper than that. We're not just talking about a few scattered walls here and there. Nope, we're talking about what looked like the actual foundations of entire cities now lying in the dark, silent depths. Just gone, swallowed by the ocean thousands of years ago.
And this is where it gets really mind-blowing. Could these discoveries actually be physical evidence of a pre-flood world? You know, the one described in the book of Genesis? A world that was supposedly wiped from the face of the earth? It's a huge idea, so let's actually look at the evidence.
Okay, so how could entire civilizations just vanish beneath the waves? To get our heads around that, we need to rewind the clock, way back to a time of massive global climate change.
Thousands of years ago, our planet went through this incredible transformation. As the last ice age finally ended, the enormous ice sheets that covered huge chunks of the globe started to melt. And they melted fast. And listen, this wasn't some slow, gentle thaw. This was a planetary-scale event that completely reshaped the world. And the scale of this, it's just hard to wrap your head around. Scientists estimate the global sea levels rose by more than 120 meters. That's nearly 400 feet. Just try to picture the coastlines you know today, and then imagine the water rising that high.
So what did that mean for the people living back then? Well, the consequences were enormous. Huge areas of land, coastal plains where ancient people lived and hunted and built their homes, were just relentlessly swallowed up by the rising waters. An entire world of coastlines just disappeared.
Okay, and this is where the story really picks up. Because now, today, with our modern tech, we can finally start to peek into that lost world.
And get this, it's not just in one spot. We're talking about discoveries popping up all over the world. Using stuff like sonar mapping and deep-sea drones, researchers are making these amazing finds everywhere from the coast of India to the Mediterranean and even off the shores of Japan.
And what are they finding? Look at this. These are not just random jumbles of rock. They're finding massive, cut stone blocks, clearly symmetrical walls, and what really look like the planned-out foundations of ancient cities. They look like someone built them.
Which, of course, leads to the billion-dollar questions, right? Who on Earth had the skills to build these incredible structures? And just how long ago were they built, before the ocean came and claimed them? The questions are absolutely staggering.
So this is the point where the hard science starts to sound a lot like some of the oldest stories we have.
You know, for centuries, most people thought the story of the Great Flood in Genesis, Noah and the Ark, was just that, a story, a myth used to teach a lesson. It describes a world so out of control that it was wiped clean by this catastrophic world-covering flood.
But here's the really fascinating part. It's not just the Bible. Ancient stories about a massive, world-altering flood are found in cultures all over the planet, from the Epic of Gilgamesh in ancient Mesopotamia to stories from indigenous peoples across the Americas. So you have to wonder, could these all be the collective memory of a real global event? Could it be the memory of that 120-meter sea level rise?
So let's pull all this together. What have we got? On one hand, you have the scientific fact of rising seas. And on the other, you have these incredible underwater ruins and ancient stories from all over the world about a great flood.
Just look at this. 70% of our planet is covered by water. That is a huge amount of space where the secrets of our past could be hiding.
And here's a crazy fact for you. We literally have better maps of the surface of Mars than we do of our own ocean floor. Think about that. The vast majority of it is still a total mystery, which means we might have only found a tiny fraction of what's really down there.
So at the end of the day, it really seems to boil down to two main ideas. Are these ruins just the remains of early coastal towns that were slowly drowned as the Ice Age ended? Or are they something more? Could they be evidence of a lost civilization that was wiped out by a single massive catastrophe, the same one that's remembered as the Great Flood?
You know, the oceans are still holding so many of our planet's secrets. And perhaps, deep beneath the waves, the answers are waiting. Maybe one day, a future discovery will finally reveal the truth about a lost chapter of human history and the world that existed before the flood.